Hi guys, welcome back to Mr. Movie Miles. I'm your host, Princess Concon, also known as Connor, and today we're going to be reviewing and breaking down and all that Daredevil Season 1, Episode 6. I am wearing my Daredevil glasses today, although I'm not blind, but I do have really bad eyesight, so take that information and do what you want with it. I don't know why I said it, but let's get into the review. So we start off with the whole documentary kind of aspect of this show, which I really don't like. The citizens of New York kind of tell you how they're feeling, and I'd rather, show don't tell, but all the actors are really bad and it really throws me off. And I understand they're background actors, their job isn't to, give this like incredible performance, but I don't know, they all kind of just feel stale or overacting. It's like one or the two, and I don't like it, not a fan. After this documentary part, we get Matt praying in his room, which we haven't seen him do this season at all. So it was kind of really interesting to see him do that, because he is a Christian, I believe he's a Christian, and he's praying and he's thinking about everything that's kind of happened so far in this show, with him, his best friend dying, the bank robbery last week, etc, etc. He's struggling with his religion and struggling with his like inner demons and his trauma, and I really like that he's praying to kind of deal with that, because that's what people who are religious do. I mean, I believe, I'm not religious. We get Fisk in his office next, and the tracksuit guy comes and he's like, basically he's not really scared of Fisk anymore, but Fisk kind of, threatens him still and shows that I'm the guy, like, don't mess with me kind of thing. But the tracksuit guy is kind of like, yeah, whatever. But this kind of leads like Fisk down his Kingpin journey a little bit more this episode. I'd say that was the catalyst of what kind of pushes him a little bit more towards this episode for him to become Kingpin. Then we get Matt and his relationship with his partner. I can't remember her name, so I don't remember anyone's name in any show, so again, do with that information as you will. But she basically tells Matt that she wants to interview the Punisher, which I think that's a great way to show that he can come back. But I don't know, maybe that'll be interesting going down the line, but so far it's kind of just like a breadcrumb to, it's setting up something. But am I interested in it? We'll see. She's not very interesting as a character. She's kind of there just to, like, in a way, be Matt's girlfriend, but also be the therapist for, what's his name, Fisk and Vanessa. Other than that, she's not that interesting to me, but maybe this, interview with the Punisher could kind of level her up a little bit. We then find out that the character Muse is using blood to graffiti these like paintings all over like New York, and it's kind of grim, really. I don't know much about anything about this character. I've never seen him before in the comics. It's not really one that I'm like very interested in, but after seeing this episode, I'm like, yo, like, what a creep, like really creepy stuff. So I'm interested to see what they do there. And well, at the time, now it's like I know the episode, I know what they're going to do, so, but I'm interested to learn more about this character going forward. Something that I didn't understand though, the guy that went to tell Fisk about what Muse is doing with the paint, I don't know why he would go to the mayor and not the police. Like, there's a lot of instances like that, and I guess for the most part the police are corrupt, but this guy's just a normal guy. How would he know that the police are corrupt or not? But he goes to Fisk. Don't know why. Maybe someone can tell me if you've got a reason, but no idea. We then get White Tiger come to see Matt at his office, and he's like, what are you going to do about all these like people disappearing? Like, my uncle was doing something, and it's like, what's he supposed to do? I don't get why you would go to him. Like, it makes no sense. For the story purposes, it makes sense. He's the main character. Like, he's Daredevil. It works thematically and in the narrative, I guess. But it's just like, realistically, like, why would you go to a lawyer to like tell this stuff to? I understand the police are no good, but it's just like, it makes no sense to me. But I will say I really like this actress. I think she's really good at this role. She delivers where she needs to deliver, and I don't know how old she is. And they mentioned her being at school, I think. So she's fairly young in the show. Real life, I don't know. I'll have to like Google it or something if I can be bothered. But she's an incredible actress. We then see Muse get 2 more victims, which we'll kind of come back to later. But yeah, he's a psychopath. I don't know what his deal is. Freak. After this, we get an incredible scene with Vanessa and Fisk, and I think these two are the really standouts in the show. Like, other than like Matt as well, or Charlie Cox, I guess, but these two characters really do stand out to me. They're just fascinating to watch, and I need more of them, like more scenes, more like they've got this crazy like trust for each other, but also like a side eye to like, do I really trust you? And I really enjoy that aspect of them. They're fantastic actors and great characters. But I like Fisk's line about, you know, you find out what someone wants and you either withhold that from them or you give it them. Either way, you get what you want from that person, or they'll be yours to kind of, I don't know, they'll trust you basically. Incredible. It was incredibly written. I don't remember it word for word, obviously, because I got notes and even then I didn't write it word for word, but you get the gist. And it's an incredible scene, and I really like their dynamic and what the writers are doing with this dialogue and how he presents it. Very fascinating, great character, great actor. Then we see Fisk at this like party, you know, with all these rich people, and you know, he's trying to play politician, but really it's like his nature just needs to come out. Like he's ready to kind of get into kingpin mode. Like he wants to just unleash and be this, I don't know what the word is, like, well, I guess kingpin, I guess, but that's a bit, you know, on the nose. And throughout the party, he's just kind of walking around trying to be polite and whatnot. But there's little moments where he kind of not slips up, but he shows his like dominance, but he's kind of losing that battle as far as I could see. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there. It was a bit confusing, but by the end of it, we see him put his jacket on, which is obviously earlier in the timeline of the scene, but he puts the jacket on and it rips. And I feel like that symbolizes, you know, he isn't built to be mayor, or the way he's going about it isn't going to work. So he has to become the kingpin again. And I'm rooting for it. Like, I actually really like it. I'm rooting for it. I'm actually really liking him becoming the kingpin again. I think I'm just like, I know Kingpin isn't like a hero, but he's trying to do good, but he has to do bad to do good now, which is incredibly fascinating for the character. We also find out that Matt finds out about Muse and what he's doing with the blood, and you know, he's fighting with his inner demons of should he be Daredevil, should he not be. But that's really it. Like, he finds out, and we'll go into more of that later. So Fisk finds out about what Muse is doing, and he sees more pictures of what he's done to those two ladies that we talked about earlier. He then kind of wants a special task force of these like corrupt police officers. All these police officers, like, what are they gonna do? Like, I know when, like, I hope they get. Can you hear that bird? Bloody hell. Anyway, what are they gonna do? They're kind of just, you know, Matt's gonna beat the crap out of them. Like, he's gonna beat the shit, and I can't wait because I don't like any of these police officers. They're like they're big and tough, and I'm like, in the world of the MCU, you guys are literally the weakest people. Like, civilians are stronger than these police. Obviously, these police have done a lot of bad things, but yeah, they're just, no, I can't wait for them to get their ass handed to them, really. So Fisk's job is to use them to kind of find Muse, but later on in the episode, we know that Matt finds Muse. But anyway, let's just get into that. Matt finds Muse because Muse has kidnapped White Tiger. I can't remember her name. But, so I don't know what these police guys are going to do in the future episodes at all, because Matt's already kind of, well, no, did he escape? I think he escaped at the end, actually. So scratch that. Anyway, Matt gets in his Daredevil outfit because he's going to save White Tiger. And it just didn't feel earned when he puts the suit, you know, he puts the suit on. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then, I don't know, it wasn't impactful. I feel like they had more opportunities to kind of get him back into the suit a while ago, and they just kind of didn't. And they've like, you know, I know they want to tease it, but yeah, it didn't feel earned. I feel like they could have earned it a little bit more. Again, that's just my opinion. We'll see how other people react to it, but yeah, him becoming Daredevil wasn't as impactful. Whereas Kingpin, on the other hand, his was executed fantastically. Like, you know, he goes to that guy, Adam, and he takes the axe and he's like, yeah, let's fight. You want to get out of here? Let's go. And he just wants to let this anger and rage out because it's something he can control. Love it, brilliant. Whereas Daredevil, okay, you're Daredevil again. It didn't work for me. Even though last episode was brilliant when he was being Daredevil, but as Matt. So, but we do get a really cool action sequence with Matt and Muse. I liked it. It was shot really, really well. There's a bit where Muse is like on his back on the floor and the camera's upside down. Then Muse turns around, and as he turns around, the camera turns with him. Love that shot, incredible. I need more things like that, please. So the fight happens. Muse is also being a creeper, and he's like taken White Tiger's blood. It's gross, he's creepy, he's, ugh. He gives me chills, I don't like him. Which we're not supposed to like him. He's like a serial killer psychopath. But Matt saves the day, you know, because he's Daredevil now. And yeah, really great. Like, you know, it's cool. And but he does go to choke Muse, and it's not until he realizes White Tiger's about to die, so he like saves her. But I like this kind of, I don't know, it's a bit more edginess towards the character. Like he might actually start killing people. I don't know if he will or if he won't, but I like him dealing with that a little bit more. I can't remember if he does that in the original because I haven't watched the original show, the Netflix show, for a very long time. But I like them dealing with that more. But will they? I don't know. They're dealing with a lot going at the minute, but they're handling everything quite well. Other than those background actors, get rid of them. So I think Muse escapes at the end. Kingpin is returning as Kingpin. Matt is Matt, becoming Daredevil. And yeah, overall, like I really do enjoy this series. I wish Matt was handled a little bit better when he becomes Daredevil. It should have been more impactful. I didn't get an impact from it. Didn't like it. His suit as well doesn't look as good as it did in the original. Or maybe I'm just nitpicking. But overall, I did really enjoy the episode. And yeah, I can't wait for next week. You guys let me know how you feel about this episode. If you like it, leave a like, leave a comment. If you don't like it, leave a comment, leave a like whatever, you know what I mean? And yeah, subscribe if you can, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.